cents. Right? If we go back to that formula for cents, it's x divided by y log base 2 times 1200. Well, if you do that, x divided by y, where 1 is the ratio of 12 through to 2, you get 112. Divide that by 1200 by that, and you get 100 cents. So we can create a table showing the frequency for each note. And here we have the table. Each note, each n harmonic has one space left for it. Key is C, labeled there. So unison, the frequency ratio to the starting point, is simply a power of 2. So 12 through to 2 to 1, 12 through to 2 squared, 12 through of 2 to the third, etc. And now we're back to the notes we learned last week, where we've got minor second, major second, minor third, major third, perfect fourth. The augmented fourth is again the diminished fifth. You don't have those ugly high integer ratios. Perfect fifth, minor sixth, major sixth, minor seventh, major second, seventh octave. Okay? And now your cents are all nice and neat. Okay, so looking at the major scale of equal temperament, we've got major second, major third, perfect fourth. Same thing we went over last week. Ratio to previous, if you take 12 through to 2 squared versus 12 through to 2 to the fourth, well, the difference is 12 through to 2 squared. So now everything comes down to either be 12 through to 2 squared or 12 through to 2, which are either whole steps or half steps, which are now double bar and single bar. We get rid of that thick and thin bar. And the ratios are given here, which match the formula we learned last week. So everything is whole, half, whole, half. And cents come out to be nice round. So that's your equal tempered major scale. Mathematically, it kind of all hangs together very nicely. It's not a sequence of ratios you need to remember or derive. It's very simple. Everything's done by 12 through 2. Okay, minor scale. Again, start with a different tone, go through it. Everything is whole, half, whole, half, whole. Same pattern, different order. You can do a harmonic minor scale. Difference there is between 7 and 8, you've got 1.5 steps, which is shown as 3 bars. And then melodic minor, again, is different ascending than descending. And actually, I think there's an error in that. Yeah, these should be single. Okay. So now let's take a look at the comparison. And it says, how far off are we? We've got the minor second or semitone, 12 through to 2, 100 cents, 1615 gives us 111 cents. So it's not looking too close for that. We look for some other ones. Major tone, well, that's a lot closer. It's only 4 cents off. Remember, I said in tune, what we consider unison to be usually plus or minus 2 to 3 cents. So plus or minus 4 cents, not bad. Minor third, you're off. 15 cents. Major third, again, 15 cents every. Perfect fourth, however, is pretty nice. Less than 2 cents. Diminished fifth, well, that's an ugly interval anyway. You're off 10 cents. Perfect fifth, pretty good, 2 cents. And then the sixth and the seventh, again, you're talking, 13, 14 cents. And then the octave works out perfect because that's the constraint for these will derive equal temperament. So it's not perfect. It shouldn't sound as good. Some people think it sounds good. And again, when you put a lot of instruments together or don't follow a rigid rule or have anything imposed upon you, things may drift back to more of a just scale. So it's not to say that just is dead, but normally we consider this for equal. And there are variations on it. There's, I think the buzz fighting system for stringed instruments kind of addresses this in some parts of it. And there are sweetened tunings for guitars that are basically, they combine a couple of things. One is equal temperament and also certain physical realities of guitars. such that things sound a little better, although they are adjusted off of these strict mathematical formulas. So, okay, so when if you actually go to Hertz, most things are actually within plus or minus 2%. And that's good enough for most cases. And there are still things, there's microtonal adjustments. The pressure you use on a fretted, even though a fretted instrument like bass is equal tempered, the pressure you use to push on the strings will create a microtonal sharpness, The bass, like I said, is equal tempered. And I spoke before about frequency and wavelength. So if you think about it with the frets, you know that the difference in note is now to 12 through to 2. The difference in frets is 12 through to 2. So if you want to build your own fretted instrument, guitar, bass, you start with a full length nominal on a bass that's 34 inches, and then you divide 34 inches by the 12 through to 2, and that'll give you the measurement from here to from the bridge to the first fret. And then you divide that by the 12 through to 2 and you get the next fret. Divide it again, you get the next fret. And so on and so on. And you can just figure out the exact location of any fret, if you are so inclined. It used to be Popular Mechanics, I think, and published an article on it. They just listed the table. So I was kind of curious as to where that all came from. When I first learned about the equal temper and 12 through to 2 from my freshman year neighbor in the dorms. That started what became part of this class. Okay. Reference, Music, Physics, and Engineering by Olson. I have to get the ISBN numbers on these. Genes, I couldn't find my copy. Like I said, I think it's called Science of Sound or Science of something. It's one of these green Dover books with a sine wave on the cover. That's Sir James Genes. There's a couple other decent references. There's an article on Harmony Essential. There's a few articles on Harmony Essential on effects that I reference later. Some other articles on Wikipedia on temperament. Like I said, Wikipedia's got a pretty good collection of articles on music because it covers the history and all. There are a lot of people in there. So Wikipedia is a good place to look for that. Not too controversial stuff, so it's not edited a lot. And then the last thing was just like a MIDI reference chart, which I'll probably use as a reference for the lecture in a week or two on MIDI because it's just a simple chart and it helps to know. But that's what shows the alignment of C4. Okay. Any questions? That's it for that lecture. Anything? From the fire hose? We'll see. We got homework. All right. Why don't we take a 5-minute break? We'll come back. We'll do some, just for fun, we'll do a little real-time outline coding. I think that's usually well received when I do it. So we'll do that, and that should set you up for this week. For what kind of projects you got to do.
Do you have a copy of this presentation, or should we just start?
I will, I'm sorry. I forgot to do the handout. Thank you. I did print these out. That also, I gave out here copies of homework assignments 2 through 5. So, like I said, look at them so you're not surprised and can't complain later on. Because I have heard complaints, and so, take the bull by the horns and give me other ideas, and maybe we can change some of these. Come up with something fun to do. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, so take 5 minutes, back 8:05.